Hi Yazzers, it's Jodi Porter here, coming to you from Chicagoland, and I just want to congratulate everyone for all your hard work putting these challenges together. You're amazing, and I hope that you know how much we appreciate all of your creativeness and all of the hard work that you put into these challenges. I'd like to start today with a general critique for everyone. As you're creating these challenges, just keep in mind your camera angle and where the camera is coming from and the perspective to the camera. I would consider that your audience. So if you are creating a piece, you want to play to the camera and you choose your facings accordingly to highlight your movement in a way that would be specific to the camera and your audience, rather than maybe performing to the back of the arena away from the camera where there is no audience for this challenge. Anyway, that's just a general note that I wanted to give to everyone, and now I'm going to jump right in with those challenge stars. First, I'm going to start with Sean. Sean, you had a walk in the park with the song Reflections, and I felt like you did a really nice job using some level changes and really nice three-dimensional flowing release movement, and I enjoyed that about your piece. You had a motif in the beginning with your hands in your pocket, and it came back at the end for the walk in the park. My suggestion to make your piece more cohesive would be to incorporate that motif throughout your entire piece and find ways to vary it in different places, taking your hands maybe in a different way, or taking it on a level change, either low or high, or doing something fast or slow, or taking your upper body movement in a way that makes us tune into the idea that we're still at the park on a stroll. So those are my suggestions for you, is to incorporate your motif throughout your entire piece, and you can use that feedback in your future challenges as well. Overall, I really enjoyed your piece. I gave it 3 stars. Bebe, Soul on the Line, and you were focusing on the musicality. I did see that you had a nice relationship with the melody of the music. I would have liked to have seen you use more dynamics and variation with the musicality, either a little bit faster using double time or using half time, but ways to create that variation and tune into some of the nuances of the music. Also, I enjoyed your ice coverage. Again, going back to that camera angle, I think playing to the camera a little bit more, connecting with your audience, would be an effective tool for you. Overall, I enjoyed your piece as well, and I gave you 3 stars. Next, on to Mirielle. Mirielle with Monster. I really loved the concept you were going for with your mom and your sister. I thought that was very tender and sweet. The theatrical moments, for me, I like to see a little bit more abstraction when your use of, looking under the covers. Find a way to really make that and create that with your body movement. Might help create more dimension in your piece. Also, the level or use of the ice, I think you did well with the different levels, and you did a good job together working with the different levels of skating. I think you could have maybe pushed yourself and used more skating and body work skills with your level, and covered the ice more yourself in between your mom and your sister. Might help you cover the ice more. Overall, I like the musicality and your repetition of the canon, and your choice of stillness as well. I gave you 3 stars. Garrett with Lead Pipe. I really liked the beginning when you popped up and surprised us, and your use of the camera angle was really well done. I like the light, fun energy and jovial nature of this piece. You had good variation with the quick movement against the melody, and I thought that was a really nice musical choice. Innovative shapes, the slow motion timing, also a variation of time with the music. I appreciated that. I'd like to see more body movement and edge work in between the transitions of your different ideas, rather than the pedestrian movement that you chose. Keeping that consistently throughout might have added to the complexity for me in this piece. Overall, I gave you 3.5 stars. Katherine, I really enjoyed your storyline. with your piece and the complexity of movement and sophistication that you gave to these young skaters. I think they really took it on. The cannon coming out, starting from off ice, the use of the body with the flowing movement of the arms and lightness of their movement was really nice. You covered the ice space really well using the serpentine pattern. Again, just the awareness of the camera, unless your intention is for us not to see people coming in and out of the camera lens. If you'd like to see everyone on stage, you might consider a diagonal angle or an angle from the side in order to incorporate everyone in the shot. Let's see. Overall, I really enjoyed it. I think at the end, maybe you were running out of time. I didn't see quite the complexity and sophistication at the end that I would have liked to have seen to make it a full, complete piece. But overall, I really enjoyed it. I gave you 3.5 stars. Amy Nunn, Reflection. I really loved how you interpreted the music with the mirroring at the beginning and the complexity between you and your partner, or I guess it wasn't you and your partner, but the two partners, having those really nice lines and turns and body movement and the build and the music and their partnering as you did that lift and slide across the ice. I think overall the movement went along with the melody and kind of kept an even pace. I think creating more dynamics with the highs and lows would create a little bit more interest for you. You can do that with level change or with tempo change or just contrast and quality change of movement, body movement. All of those would be good additions to raise the level of this piece, but overall I really enjoyed it. I thought it was nicely done. Maybe work on the transitions with the camera just to make that a little bit more clear. Overall, I really enjoyed it. 4 stars. Robert Monty also did Reflection. I thought it was interesting. You both, I guess it lends itself to this, but the mirroring effect. I really liked your usage of the negative and positive space. Your camera angles were key in creating the mood of this piece, and I really liked the camera change with the build of the music. It helped create the story that you were going for there, and it was very clear, and I really enjoyed it. I liked the connection between you and Kate. I could really see her body movement using the nuances of the music. I appreciated that. I enjoyed the counterpoint on the spiral and the lunge happening at the same time. For you, Robert, I would suggest developing more of the intricacies of the edge work and body work, using the three-dimensional movement as you travel through space, pushing your variations with more contrast. Would just help you deliver the product a little bit on a more sophisticated level. But I think overall your connection was good. It was clear, very well done. I gave you 4.5 stars. Last but not least, we have Mark Henretti. I really appreciate your work. It's excellent work, Mark. I enjoyed your quick steps against the melody. That was a nice variation. Or nice dynamic within the music. I appreciated your repetition of the sun motif throughout and the way that you varied it in different ways. The transition with the lift into the knee slide was awesome. All of your partnering was just seamless. The most exciting part of the piece for me was the build and the music and how you interpreted that with a series of tour de force movements down the ice. And I'm going to say your go-to movement, your hand ready slide, the variation on your wife's skate was awesome. Totally enjoyed that. The only thing I would say to nitpick at your piece, Mark, would be that when you're using the heaviness of the weight of the body in the beginning and you're trying to show and contrast the lightness when you come hand to hand and start that release, you could accentuate the heaviness a little bit more. There are a couple of hand gestures that were light compared to the body movement, and maybe working on how to develop a full body weightiness in the beginning might just add to the contrast a little bit more. But overall, I loved your piece. It was moving for me. I appreciate your work, and I gave you 5 stars. Thanks so much. Good luck, everyone. And if you have any questions, be sure and let me know. I'm happy to answer. Take care.